Who's that little person? It's my boy. He's not very well. He's had diarrhea and sickness all weekend. And he's still not, yeah, he's still not 100%. So he is at home with me today. We've just tried him on some toast. So I'm hoping...
Like 5%.
5%?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping he keeps that down anyway. So I managed to do these nails over the weekend for a competition, and fortunately I was with it enough to record me doing them. So we've got a set of nails for today. Yay! So I'm going to show you how I've done them, and yeah, that's it really. We're gonna, yeah, let's get into it. We had a morning, we've had a weekend, so this was the time, 6:20. And I was like, right, I'm going to start filming. This was the lamb I'd done the day before, or it could be a lamb or a sheep, but the theme of the nails was supposed to be lamb, little lambs or something, and I know they look more like sheep. Now these were inspired by Shaun the sheep. I love Shaun the sheep. So I've got eye rule and airy season from Madam Glam. You can save 30% on Madam Glam's website using my code NATMUG30 if they don't have a sale on. I don't think the code will work if they have a sale on, but give it a try anyway. So also I had lots of fluff. There was just like fluff and little hairs everywhere. I felt like overnight they all decided to like land on this one tip, and I didn't see them, and it was just a pain. Anyway, right, the blue goes at the top, the green goes at the bottom, because the grass and the sky. And then I was removing any bits of hair before I do the ombre bit, but grab Madam Glam's ombre brush. There was a hair on the end of that I didn't realise. Look, it's like, where do they come from? Where do they come from? I'm going to just use the ombre brush to flick the colours. I'm going to, what am I trying to do? I don't know, flick the brush backwards and forwards just till the colours blend. You don't even have to do this because like the horizon, you know, you could just leave them plain. It's just like leave, you know what I mean? You don't have to do the blend, but I like it. I like to do it. And I'm going to do that twice. That's going to go in the lamp for a cure. Do your second coat. Then to the nail next, we're going to add some iridescent stars from Nail Sugar. You can save 10% on Nail Sugar's website using my code NATMUG10. Here I am applying some base coat to the nail. I'm going to put the stars in the uncured base coat. I'm only going to add about 4. There's another hair. Like, seriously, honestly, what is even going on? So add about 4 to each nail. And then when you cure it, the base coat is going to keep those stars in place. That one there I had to take off because one of the little points of the star was like bent and it was poking up. So if I'd have top coated that, it would have top coated... It would have had a pokey outy bit in the top coat, which would have been annoying. So I put another star on. And then I'm going to velvet matte top coat it. You can leave it shiny if you want to. I like it. If you're new here, you won't know this. But if you do decide to stay and subscribe, you will soon discover that I am a velvet matte fanatic. There we go, look. So this is where we are so far. Right, I'm going to use 2 different types of... I don't know what you want to call this, sculpting gel, carving gel. This is the SBD London Mermaid Putty, and it is called Sugar. I'm going to use this to create the lamb's body. I use this because I didn't want to use up my white. I use my white quite a lot, and I was going to use quite a lot on the sheeps, but if you want a more white looking lamb or sheep, then use a white carving gel, or I don't know what to call this, sculpting gel, putty, mermaid putty. I decided to use this one. So I've popped it on the nail, and then I'm just sort of patting it out a little bit to sort of spread out this one ended up a little bit smaller than the first one that I done, but I didn't mind because they're not all going to be the same size, are they? One might be a few more weeks older than the other one. Anyway, right, that's going to go in the lamp for a cure. 60-second cure. Then I've got Nailchemy's black 4D artisan gel, 4D sculpting gel. Can't think what I'm trying to say there. Why is it frozen? Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, I thought it'd frozen. What's going on? Right, I've turned that into like a kind of little sort of overly ball shape, and I've placed it on the top of the... Right, when I put the
the previous gel down, I flattened this area a little bit where the head was going to go. So you just want to make sure it's the right shape. Before I cure it, I'm going to poke the eyes with a big-ish dotting tool. And then using my Madam Glam dotting tool that I broke, see it's got a pointy end, I'm going to poke the nostrils. So just poke 2 nostrils. And now I'm ready to cure that. The plan initially was that I was going to make the eyes with some sculpting gel, but it was easier just to use the gel paint. Right, to make the ear, you just make like a sort of fat sausage, a tiny fat sausage, and then you just sort of poke, like just, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm quite tired still. My little boy's poorly, so we've not had a lot of sleep this weekend, and we've had to do lots of washing. Yeah, look, gel paint in the eyeball socket. See, it filled it out quite nicely. There we go. And then I'll put that in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then using the black gel paint. Oh, that was gel paint, by the way, from Madam Glam. Using the black gel paint. Before we're going to add... I'll show you in a minute. But it was easier to do this. It's easier to do the legs now than it is at the end. But they need 4 legs, but I'm only going to do 2. These are going to be the front legs. Pretend you can't see the back legs. There we go. And then just 2 little dots on the eyes. He needed a much bigger pupil than that. He looked like he had dilated pupils. So let's just give him bigger ones. There we go. I was a bit happier with that. Yeah, a lot happier with that. There we go. So that would need 60 seconds in the lamp. Then I'm going to use, this is the flocking powder from Rachael Wilders. I got some from eBay, but the white one never turned up. And I just wanted the white one, but she's got this pack of 12. And I actually prefer Rachel's to the ones that I got from eBay, because the ones I got from eBay there's like little clumps in them, and the clumps are no good. So this one doesn't have any clumps in it. And what I'm going to do is I've put some, what is this? I mean, velvet matte top. No, it's not. It's Snow White top coat. I'm just covering his belly where I want to put the flocking powder. I haven't cured it, and it's easier to pick the flocking powder. I keep wanting to call it the wrong thing. It's easier to pick up the flocking powder with tweezers and just place it on than it is to pour, because it doesn't pour out very well. So just pick up like this in little, I can't think of the word, little clumps, and just place it on. That's what I'm trying to say, I think. And then you just want to make sure that you've covered and the whole of his like body, and then pop that in the lamp and give it a 60-second cure. And it just gives the illusion that he's fluffy. Yeah, when it comes out, you need to brush the excess off. Well, like once you think that you've got it all off, and then you haven't, and then you have to keep brushing a bit more. So it's a little bit of a pain, but how cute. Oh yeah, and then look, then you can just, it's sort of like almost like how you treat glitter, sort of. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if, yeah. Let me know down below, do you use flocking powder ever? I feel like it's something that people don't use enough. Look, I've got little fluffy sheep now. I wonder if they look fluffier if they were whiter. I don't know. Anyway, look, I've done another sheep, or lamb, and then I've done 2 more of the nails on the sides without sheep on. This is the beige nude 4D artisan sculpting gel. Oh, these are like mini palettes. Do you know what they remind me of? You know when you want to do something and you need a shiny surface that your product won't stick to? These are perfect. Like, I usually use backing forms, but I waste my forms, and I bought these from Rachael Wilders, and now I won't waste my forms because I can use these. Brilliant. I loved it. I know I have my metal palette, but if I were to do this on a metal palette, it would just stick to the metal. And like here, look, I can just, look, it's brilliant. I love it. And I would just say, guys, with everything that's been going on with the, you know, with the BBC News talking about gels and allergies and stuff, I would wear gloves to do this. I obviously I haven't, and I know some of you will tell me off, and quite rightly. So when you're using, you know, just use gloves just to keep yourself safe. I am stupid and I have not done that. The point of this is, I was thinking, what else could I do? And you get wool from sheep when the lambs have grown up. You get wool. So I thought, well, we'll do like a kind of, I don't even know what this is. Maybe like a scarf, like a wool scarf or something. But I've made a sausage. I've dangled it over my broken dotting tool, and then I've twisted it to make a kind of like this twirly thing. And then the idea is that I'm going to do another one, and when I do the next one, I'm supposed to twiddle it in the opposite direction, but I forgot, and I've done it in the same direction. So I want to do 4 little strings of wool, I don't even know what you want to call them, to make a kind of, I don't know, just do it like a wool pattern. Because, yeah, you get the wool from the sheep. That was, but right, because I twisted it in the same direction, the twirl is supposed to go in a different direction, but it doesn't, because I twisted it in the same way. But I'm going to do this 4 times. I do the same on the other nail, and on the other nail I get the twists the right way round, so it looks more like, look, I'll show you. And once you've done them, you need to give them a 60-second cure. And lastly, oh no, this isn't lastly, right, because they're sheep in a field, I thought we'd create some, what, you know, in my opinion, would be like little wild flowers. So I'm using Madam Glam's gel paints again. I've got the pink, the purple, I've got yellow. I also use white and green, but we're just going to do, in some places, look, I'm going to do like a little cluster of about 3. And also I'm just going to add like maybe 1 separate dot on its own. And I'm going to do that with all of these colours just to make it look like the sheep is in like a field full of wildflowers. I mean, you don't have to do this bit. It just added to the, you know, to the set. And because the Madam Glam gel paints don't have a tacky layer, you don't have to top coat afterwards, because there's no, you know, there's no tackiness. So you can work on a finished nail. I hope I'm making sense. I feel a little bit like, oh, I can't get the words out, and I'm forgetting what words are and stuff today. I'm not very with it. I've just made Scott some toast, so I'm really hoping he keeps it down. It started one end and then it began the other end, so I tell you, it's been a right couple of days. There we go. Right, and then I add the white and the green as well. This is me adding the white. And then I think I add the green off camera, because the green just makes it look like there's different shades of grass or something. I don't know. But I actually thought these were like really cute. I like this. You could draw like proper flowers if you wanted to. I just thought this was just a lot easier. How cute is that? Right, in the lamp for 60 seconds. Then I'm going to do a rainbow going above the lamb's heads, and I used up way too much gel paint here. But yeah, I mixed some white in with the more neon gel paints that they've got. Madam Glam have got some really cool like neon-y colours, and I wanted them to be more pastel neons. So I added white to them on my palette, and here I'm just marking out the bottom colour. So this is going to be the bottom of the rainbow. So I'm going to go yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. And this is the first bit is the hardest bit, because it's probably easier on a hand actually, because the nails are very close to each other. But because I'm doing it on tips, like I've had to do that first arch, and then like that I had to wipe that one off because it was totally in the wrong place. But I'm going to just like place them together and just make sure that the arch follows along the same path on the 2 nails on the side of the middle nail. Do you see what I mean? And then I'm just going to do with this one as well, because it's going to look silly if they don't match up. And this is actually the set of nails for that competition that I'm in. This is the final round. This is the final of the that little competition that I'm in. So it's been quite fun. I've really enjoyed it, actually. There we go. Just making sure that it all joins together smoothly. So I'll pop that in the lamp. And then I'm just going to show you me doing the green. I mean, it's exactly the same as, same process. Only it's going to be a little bit easier on the side nails because we've already got our yellow on. So that's obviously going to help us determine where we put our green. But I still wanted to make sure, I still lined them up afterwards just to make sure that it still looked all right. So that looks fine. I'm thinking of how they're gonna look when I photograph them on my little I blue tack them to an old crystal picker. When I photograph my nails, that's what they're on. It's an old crystal picker. So yeah, right, I'm gonna do the same with the other colours. And then that's the rainbow finished. But I decided just to add some little stars. So I'm going to add 2 dots of white. You know that the little, I don't know what you want to call them. The little stars, the glistening, I don't know. Anyway, right, from the centre, we go up and down and left and right. And then again, up and down, left and right. There we go. And those are as easy as the stars get, or as hard as the stars get, should I say. I'm going to do 2 on each nail. So on this one, I've got 1 star coming off the rainbow, and then we'll have 1 star further up in the sky. Ta-da! So I'll do the same thing across all of the other nails. I've also added, look, I ended up adding some little dots which look like smaller stars. And then I also went ahead and added some clear crystals, Preciosa crystals, inside the stars, because I just thought when the light caught them, I just thought that would look really nice. Anyway, this is them finished. I hope you like them. If you did, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind later, though I'd rather you stayed. If you did enjoy this and you like me doing 3D stuff, let me know if you want me to do some more. God bless. Love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.